Yoga for back and neck pain. Just a bit of an introduction and background. Pain is a biopsychosocial problem, meaning there is no one cause to your problem, but a combination of factors which eventually tips you over the edge towards pain. The best way to manage the problem is to work on the problem holistically. Pain is an output of the brain. The brain evaluates all input to produce the pain response. Ongoing or chronic pain changes the message pathways, making them more sensitized. In other words, it's easier to produce the pain, or even non-painful actions now can become painful. In other words, chronic pain is a condition associated with sensitization in the nervous system. Now the key is to understand about pain and know how to handle pain in different situations. New injury requires rest from an aggravating activity and practices to encourage healing. The pain of spasm requires relaxation, breathing, gentle movement, and an understanding that the problem is not serious, though the pain feels bad. The pain associated with chronic pain and sensitization requires understanding that not all pain means harm. The soup of chemicals which can contribute to sensitization or nerve irritation respond better to rhythmic movement than strong, forceful movement or stretching. The mind and how you think is an important part with sensitization. However, all movement is good. The aim is to move as normal as possible. So your goal is to focus on restoring your movement and to also move towards the goal, the thing that you would like to achieve. This is far better focus than focusing on your pain. Stay aware of your movement and avoid aggravating actions initially. Add these as it becomes more comfortable. You are given yoga moves which have different effects. Neutral practices are usually okay for most people and emphasize strengthening your core. Extension practices open the spine backward and can be good for disc injuries and strengthening, but avoid these if they aggravate your symptoms initially. Flexion practices mobilize the spine and strengthen the core, but avoid these initially if they aggravate your symptoms, especially if you have an acute disc issue. Functional practice includes side bends or twists and are performed gently within tolerance. Avoid any practice your health practitioner has advised you not to do initially. Remember to progress slowly, working within your tolerance to not overload any of the body tissues or to aggravate sensitization that may have occurred with a chronic problem. Be patient and keep working towards your goal and gradually restoring your movement. Also watch your worry and beliefs about your pain or problem. They can change how you move and contribute to ongoing pain. Remember, pain doesn't always mean harm. Use long, slow, deep breathing to help you stay relaxed and focused on your practice. Let's begin your practice now for yoga back and neck pain. Begin by laying on your back with your knees bent up, hip width apart. Bring your awareness to your breathing. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. As you exhale, feel the belly sink. Repeat. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly sink. Repeat this once more. Let the breath be long, slow and easy, centering yourself. The second breathing practice is to activate the deep abdominal muscles. Inhale with the relaxed belly, exhale and draw the lower belly in flat, firming it. Do this without moving the spine, keeping it neutral. Inhale, exhale, relax, draw the belly in flat. Stable spine. Repeat once more. Feel those deep lower abdominal muscles lightly firm. No strain or pain. Now keep your hands at the lower abdominal area, and for a moment just going to get you to draw in those abdominal muscles and hold them lightly as you breathe. Now at the same time, imagine there's a string through the crown of the head, lengthening your spine. Notice when you lengthen that way, you can feel those abdominal muscles also working. This activates your natural anti-gravity postural mechanism by lengthening. This is another way to get your abdominal muscles active if drawing in is difficult for you. Let's move on to the first yoga practice, hip release or wind relieving posture. Bring your right knee into your chest, holding the leg. Add the left leg out long. If it's not comfortable, keep it bent. The heel is lengthened and you lengthen through the crown. The spine should be more or less in neutral. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the belly in, bringing the knee in gently. Repeat this 3 times. The goal is a neutral practice here, the spine not flexing nor extending. Return to both knees bent. Let's bring the left knee in now, right leg straight. Lengthen the heel, lengthen the crown. Spine is neutral. Inhale, exhale, knee to chest, abdominal muscles inward. Repeat that twice more. Keep neck and shoulders easy. Activating those deep postural muscles. Return to the bent knee position with the feet flat. We're now going to do both knees together. Bring the knees up over the chest as you exhale. Now this is a flexion posture, so it may not be suitable for all people. Inhale. As you exhale, draw the tummies in and bring knees in to the chest. If you don't have a neck problem and you want a stronger practice, exhale, knees in and bring the head in towards the knees. Keep the chin in. This is a strong flexion. Keep the head back otherwise. Repeat once more. Release back to the bent knee position. Just note how the spine feels from those gentle practices. If you need to leave a practice out, focus on just doing your core awareness, drawing in the lower belly or lifting and lengthening through the spine. Now we're going to make use of your block. Place it between your knees for the rolling bridge practice. If you don't have a block, just use a box of tissues or a cushion. Have the heels and toes equal pressure. Bring the arms a little bit bent with the palms up. Press the upper arms back and broaden back the shoulder blades. Relax your neck. Tummy muscle slightly in. Roll the lower back flat, and then as you inhale, lift the bottom up into the air. You come up vertebra by vertebra. Feel that the spine is now extending. This is an extension practice. Leave it out if it causes you trouble. Exhale to come down. Inhale, coming up, rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Exhale, coming down slowly. If you're waiting, remember you'll focus on the abdominal muscles. Inhaling up, spine extends. Exhale, coming down to your back to neutral. Once you're flat, release for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out to settle. Feel the effects of the practice. Now we're moving on to the gentle laying spinal twist. Take the arms out to the side, broaden the chest. Neck is relaxed. We're going to be rolling the knees from side to side. Before we begin, there's some key features. You inhale in the middle. Exhale, draw the tummies in as you roll both knees towards the right. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to the left. The block helps you to keep stability through the pelvis if you have issues. You can also do this without the block. If you want, you can bring in the neck movement, rolling the head opposite to the knees to create a spiral-like movement through the whole spine. So we do this once more each way. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, belly in as you roll over to the side. Take your time with this. There is no rush. Come back to neutral. Release the block away and take a breath pause. Bring the spine to neutral and bring the tummy muscles lightly in. We're moving now into the spinal and pelvic stability practice, which helps your core. Lengthen your right leg out, tighten your thigh. Draw the belly in and place your hands on your pelvis as if needed to check that you're keeping your pelvises steady, not allowing them to rock from side to side. Inhale, and as you exhale, raise the right leg up. You lower it back down, not quite touching as you inhale. We repeat again. Remember to keep the pelvis very steady. If it's difficult, start from the bent knee position and just do a small up and down movement, or leave it out. Remember, the goal is to keep the spine and neutral steady and the pelvis is stable. Let's do the other side now. Stretch out through the heel, inhale, then exhale, left leg up, inhale down, not quite touching. That helps to keep the core muscles active, and repeat twice more. Remember to keep lengthening through the crown, also helps to keep those core muscles active. Avoid the belly bulging out. All yoga should feel comfortable, as though you're creating energy and space in the body, not tension or stress. Return to the bent position, settle. In a moment we're going to sit. So come over onto your side. Use your hands to come up, coming up to sit. We're going to be sitting in the staff practice. Now if you're tight in your legs, sit yourself on 1 or 2 blankets. Bring your knees bent up, soles touching with the knees rolled open apart, forming a diamond. Hands are back behind you. Now we're going to do a practice to open up the middle back and chest. On the inhalation, you're going to extend the spine and raise the breastbone, keep the head in neutral. On the exhalation, you're going to flex the middle back and soften. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. Don't make it too big a movement. We want to isolate it to the middle back. This is a flexion extension, so remember, if you have trouble with one of those moves, leave it out. Good. Now let's bring the knees bent up, feet flat. Hold onto the front of the legs. Lift tall. That will help to work your core muscles. Keep the chin in. Imagine the string lengthening you upward. Now we're going to work the neck gently. Inhale. Open up the throat. Exhale, bring the chin in and vertebra by vertebra roll the head down to the knees. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release it down. This is a flexion extension for your neck. So once again, leave out either flexion or extension if it causes you trouble. Coming upright. We do it 3 times and come back to neutral. Release your legs out, hands beside you. Come into easy staff and just take a breath, pause. Just feel how the spine feels in the upper back and neck. Now we're going to come around to the hands and knee position in preparation for the next practices. You may need a blanket under your knees for support. Let's come into the hands and knee practice now. This is called the cat posture. Have the hands just forward at the shoulders, palms flat, knees a little bit apart, feet relaxed. Have the spine in neutral. And we're now going to activate the core tummy muscles. There's no movement of the spine, remember, not flexing or extending. Inhale, soft belly. Exhale, draw the lower belly in towards the spine. Inhale, relaxed. Exhale, draw that tummy in. Feel those deep muscles firm. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw it in without any movement of the spine. Continue as you're going if you have trouble with spinal flexion or extension. We're going to go into the cat move now. Inhale, arch the spine, head up. Exhale, release the head, flex the spine and hunch up between the middle back. Inhale, lengthen, open up. Exhale, flex, bring those belly muscles in to help. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, draw it in, feeling that nice flexion, extension, release of the spine. Inhale to neutral. Feel the tummy muscles lightly come in. We're going to go now into what's called the child's posture. Now this is a flexion posture. So when you go back, you're going to tuck your tail under, exhale, and then sit back on your haunches. So remember, if flexions cause you trouble, leave it out. But many people find this very comfortable on the spine. Inhale forward, exhale, draw the tummy, flex the spine and sit back on your haunches. Release the lower back. Repeat again. Make sure there's space between the knees for the body. This time as you go back, we're going to stay back. You can rest your head on the floor, or if you don't want to drop it so low, place it on 2 knuckles. Take 3 slow deep breaths. Feel the spine release on each out breath. Soften the spine, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, the neck. Just letting go. Now when you feel ready, let's come back up to the cat hands and knee position. We're going to the neutral spine core strengthener called the Griffen. Stabilize the shoulders. Press out through those shoulder blades. Turn the upper arms forward. No stress to the shoulder blades. Stabilize the pelvis and tummies are in. Stretch the right leg back with the foot on the floor to begin. Remember not to let the body shift to the left. Keep it steady and stable. Inhale, raise the leg level, not too high. Exhale, lower it down. Repeat, inhale up to hip height, exhale, down. One more and hold there, 3 breaths. Focus on steadiness of shoulder blades, of pelvis, no collapse, tummies are in. Now exhale, bring the knee to chest, release and come back to cat. Take a breath, breathe all the way out, exhale into child's posture. Leave out if you need. Inhale back to neutral. Let's take the left back. Tighten the back glute muscle. Stabilize the pelvis. Remember not to shift to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Repeat again, up, slowly down, all about control. Inhale up. Hold now for 3 breaths. Don't forget those tummy muscles and don't forget the shoulder blades. Exhale, knee to chest. Return to cat. Inhale, then exhale to child's to release if necessary. Let's come to lunge posture now. So you're going to come up and kneel and then bring the right leg forward. Pelvis is steady. Shift the weight a little bit forward so you get the stretch at the front of the left hip. Now tuck your tail under and place the hands on the legs. Can you feel the stretch there? This is a slight extension position. If you need, back off a little bit. Keep your chin in. Remember to tuck the tummy in, that helps support you. We're holding 3 breaths. So bring your right leg back now. Remember, if you're unsteady, use a chair to support yourself. Left leg forward, pelvis is forward, tail slightly under, tummies are in, chin is in. Hands placed on the knee, relax your shoulders. Breathe and feel the release to the front right hip. Feel the spine also. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, soften. Let's release now from the practice. Return down to hands and knees. And let's take the child's last time if you want. Rest out the spine. When you're ready now, it's come to kneel. Check you haven't got any lightheadedness or dizziness. Place 1 foot forward, support yourself, and come up to stand for the standing practice. The standing yoga practices. Many of these are neutral practices. We start with mountain posture. The feet are a little bit apart, arches lifted, knees off lock, pelvises, ankle and shoulder blades in a line. Chin is in, tummy slightly in, and imagine lifting tall through the crown. Soften the shoulders. Take 3 expansive breaths so you feel the ribs expand as you inhale and release as you exhale. Feel the energy and feeling of the mountain. Now we're going to go into a breathing practice called the energy ball breath. This is also energizing, lengthening the spine. Inhale, we raise the arms up. Then exhale, release the arms back down. Focus on staying tall and take the breath slow and easy. We do this 3 times. Feel the length of the spine with the inhale, the softening as you release. Avoid overarching the spine here. Good. Bring the feet a little closer now. We're going to go through the shoulder and neck release sequence. This is great to help your neck and release the tension in the muscles on the top of the shoulders. Keep the tummies in so your back doesn't move. Inhale to raise the arms up overhead, stretch tall. Then exhale, calm back down. Inhale, turn the palms out and raise the arms up overhead, bringing the palms to touch. Exhale and draw the hands down to the middle. Interlock the fingers. Inhale and raise the elbows. Exhale, push out and forward, hunching between the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift up, lift tall. Exhale, release the arms and lower them down by your sides and then behind. Interlock if you can and stretch down and back as you inhale. Exhale, soften and release back to the start. Inhale, raise the arms forward, tummies are in. Exhale, return the arms by your sides. Turn the palms out. Inhale, raise overhead. Palms together, draw down to the center line, exhaling. Interlock the fingers. Inhale, raise those elbows. Exhale, push forward, hunch between the shoulders and pull the tummies in. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, release the arms by your sides. Interlock behind if you can. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, release. Pause for a moment to reflect on the shoulder release sequence. Soften the shoulders and shrug if you need. Let's move now into the chair posture. Radical turn side on to demonstrate. Feet are hip width apart. The spine is in neutral. Tummies are in. The hands will change positions for each one. Choose which feels right for you. Inhale, exhale, sink down into chair posture. Bending the knees, tails go back. Inhale up. Repeat. Exhale, arms up. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms can go all the way up if appropriate. Watch the spine doesn't overarch. Let's repeat again. Exhaling. Remember, just bend the knees as low as you can go comfortably. We're going to be doing a total of 9 of these chair postures. Really watch that lower back, neither arches nor flexes. That's important to feel comfortable. So we're now finished. This is an excellent practice to strengthen the thighs and the core. Let's move on now to an important practice to strengthen the back and the hips. For this you'll need a light weight. You can use a book, a crate, or a weight if you have it. As you get better, you can use a heavier weight. Technique is very important here. The spine is kept straight in neutral the entire time. All the bend comes from the hips. Relax to the bend. So you straighten up and pull those shoulder blades back. Let's do that 9 times. So the tummies draw in as you bend. The shoulder blades stay back. Move from the hips and pull the shoulder blades back. Generally speaking, this is comfortable for most people, but if it causes you trouble, then leave it out initially. Focus on those glute hip muscles. Keep the chin lightly in. Feel the work from the legs. The back should feel comfortable, but use the upper back shoulder blades to keep good posture. This is one of the best all-round back exercises. It's a good one that also helps strengthen the upper back shoulder blades if you have shoulder or neck problems. When you're finished, put your weight aside and let's prepare for the next practice. We'll take our energy ball breath now, just to bring ourselves back to a centered focus. This gives a chance for the body to incorporate the practices so far. Now we're going to move into warrior posture. Radical turn side on to demonstrate. Start at the top of the mat with the feet a little bit apart. Bend the knees as for chair posture. Step back with the right foot and ground the heel. Tighten the right glute muscle and feel it press the pelvises forward so they're straight to the mat. The front knee is bent over the ankle and inner knee muscles active. Engage the tummy muscles and lift tall. You can add the arm action. It's inhale to raise the arms up, exhale down. This is a slight extension practice with the arm raise. So if this irritates you, leave it out and focus on the legs. We do it 3 times and we flow into the next practice. The foot stays back, the arms by your sides, tummy's in. We're going to bend from the hips, incline the body, shoulder blades back. Now coming up, you're going to raise the arms up to the warrior 1. So let's repeat again. If it causes you trouble, leave the arm part out. Remember, the spine stays in neutral here, the movements from the hips and the powerful back glute muscle. This is a very good strengthener for your spine. Enjoy the practice and its benefits. We're going to step in now. Return to mountain. Take a pause to note how it all feels. Come to chair posture and we'll do the left side. Step back left, ground the heel, tighten the glute muscle, pelvis is forward. Right knee bent over the ankle, and it's not misaligned, neither in nor out. Tummy's in, lift tall. Inhale, stretch those arms tall. Exhale, down. If you don't want the arms, remember, for the extension, then just hold it for 3 breaths. If you want that little extension, the arm movement really helps, but some of you might find it irritates, so leave it out. Let's go into the forward bend now. Exhale forward from the hips. Inhale, raise the arms up, body upright, neutral. Repeat, arms by your sides, bend down and forward. Try that flowing action. Feel the strength from your legs and your back spine. Let's step back to mountain. Take that breath pause. Now we're going to go into the side bend half moon posture. Feet are a little bit apart. Inhale and raise the arms up overhead. Take hold of your left wrist. Inhale to stretch, then exhale over to the right. And the pelvis goes a little left. Now when you come back, inhale and bring the pelvis back. That helps you to come upright. We do this 3 times to feel that nice side body stretch. It's a functional stretch that only goes as far as comfortable. 3 times, release your arms down. Let's do the other side now. Reach tall, hold the right wrist, inhale, exhale over to feel the stretch. Tummies are in. Just go as far as comfortable. Remember, the functional moves just work within your capacity. This is a side bend of your whole body. Release now, returning back to your mountain. Pause and settle. Let's prepare now for your balances. Now the balance sequence is most important for your spine and neutral spine care. Ground the left foot, bring the right leg forward, hands out for balance. Exhale your right knee up, only go as far as comfortable. Hold really steady for 3 breaths. Notice how Radhika neither bends back nor forward. Very stable. The pelvis is also kept stable. This is the best of the neutral practices to really enhance strength and control. Release to mountain. The second balance is the warrior 3. The right foot goes back. The body inclines forward, arms by your sides. We want a straight line from crown to heel. As you bend forward, the leg comes up, so everything is always kept in a straight line. Only go as far forward as comfortable. Keep the pelvis steady and watch the pelvis doesn't lift up too much on the leg you've lifted. 3 breath hold, then we come back to mountain. The final balance is the tree. So Radhika will do this to show you front on. Weight on the left, you roll the right foot out and place it either above the ankle or above the knee. Careful foot on the knee as it can stress the knee. Notice how stable Radhika keeps the pelvis. It doesn't drop down on one side. This is critical to the tree balance. 3 breaths hold, and then we take ourselves into the balance for the left side. Radhika side on again. Exhale as you bring your left knee up and hold steady for 3 breaths. Remember, this is a very neutral posture, not bending forward nor backward. Keeping very steady and stable. Remember, you don't need to lift the legs so high if there's trouble. Come back to mountain posture. We'll go to the warrior 3 balance. Left foot back, body inclined forward, straight line, crown to heel. Lift the foot away as the body bends forward. arms by your sides. Straight line. That left pelvis doesn't rotate upward too much. Hold steady as you do those 3 breaths. Right knee just off lock. The beautiful Warrior 3 balance. Let's come back to mountain. For the final balance, the tree balance. Right, I can see this from this side. Weight on the right, left turned out, foot above ankle or above the knee. Stable pelvis, shoulders relaxed, chin is in. Focus inward here. Tree is very important for focus, concentration and calmness. Coming out, return to mountain. Let's finish the standing sequence with one more energy ball breath. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale completely down and let go. Then pause and relax. Find a wall close by that you can use for the next practice. This is the wall push-up. Make sure it's a sturdy wall and place your hands about low chest height. Elbows soft and keep them close by your side. Chin is in. Draw those tummy muscles in to keep the body trunk stable. We do the push-up with the goal being to keep the trunk very stable. You lower as you lower towards the wall, breathing in. And as you push away, breathe out. We're going to do this 9 times. Notice how Radhika is keeping her spine really stable. This is your goal. Avoid any dipping of the spine. That's how we get the strength and control. And keep those arms low so that you can really feel the work at the back of the upper arms. If you're stronger, you can do this on the ground like a push-up, but with the elbows close by your sides. This is an excellent practice to help you with your back stability for pushing actions. Maybe take your time. Inhale forward. Exhale as you push away. Feeling that work on the back arms, front shoulders. If you feel any pressure on the wrists, try it with knuckles, but pad your knuckles to not cause any strain. When you're finished, we're going to release the arms, and it can be helpful to reverse them, just to stretch them away so there's no pressure. Now we're going to come back to your mats in preparation for hands and knee position for your plank practice. So we're on our hands and knees now. Position the hands just forward of the shoulders. Upper arms forward, elbows off lock. Pull the tummies in. Shift the weight to half plank, or tuck your toes and lift your knees away from the ground for full plank. See the straight line of Radhika. Chin's in. This is a neutral core practice. Notice how the shoulder blades are pushed forward, upper arms forward. If there's any wrist strain, just come onto the knuckles. We hold for 3 breaths. Now we're going to lower down to the mat. When you lower down, you may find that you need a blanket underneath your pelvis. Position it for the best comfort. If you're not weak, lower down with knees down rather than off. We're coming down to crocodile posture now with the forehead supported by the hands. Feet are relaxed and legs about hip width apart. We're going to take spinal breaths here. On the inhalation, you're going to feel the spine expands and lengthens. And on the exhalation, allow it to release. This is a very helpful practice to release tension in your spine. We're going to move into a series of extension practices now. So if they're not appropriate for you, leave them out, lay as you are, or come into the cat and just do the core cat work. So we're going to come into the Sphinx practice. We bring the arms forward and then come up onto the forearms, elbows just forward of the shoulders. Avoid hunching the shoulders and lengthen to the crown. Feel the lower back, no compression, long legs, and broaden the sacral bone out and down. You can get more stretch by slightly pulling the elbows towards the pelvis but without moving them to open the front chest. Remember, this is an extension, so if you have trouble with extension, leave it out. But it can be a nice practice if you have an acute disc issue that's relieved by this place. We turn back to crocodile for a moment before we come into Cobra. Hands are close by your ribs, elbows facing back. Shoulder blades back. Ground the pelvises, legs stay down. Inhale, peel the head and chest up. Exhale, lower down slowly. Feel the work in the spine, the hands only help a little. 3 times, we inhale up, exhale down. Feel that lower back sacral bone pressing forward to the floor to help with this action. This can be a nice practice for back strength and releasing the spine, but again leave it out if it causes you pain or strain. It will get better with practice, so persevere with it later on when you feel ready. We're going now into the single locust practice. Hands by your sides or hands underneath your pelvis. Legs are long, head can be forward or to one side. We're going to focus on the right buttock muscle. On the inhalation, you're going to raise the right leg up but not too high, keeping the pelvis down. Exhalation, come down. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, be comfortable here that you don't feel any pain or strain too much. Lift only where you can. Try the left side. Head turns the other way. Inhale up, exhale down. Feel the powerful work in the buttock. 3 times. Pause. And then we're going to do a variation with the knee bent. This tends to help the buttock work even more. Especially helpful if you do have problems here causing you back issues. Bend the knee with the sole facing upward. On the inhale, lift up and then lower back down. You don't have to do a very high lift here. Buttock's got a lot of movement, but some of you may find you only lift a little bit. Feel the buttock working and no stress to that lower back. Let's do the other side. 3 times. Be with the spinal breath. Remember, it's like you inhale and expanding through the spine, not compressing. Everything depends on how you do it to get the most benefit. The key is not to have tension. Now we're going to move into the sneak practice. Arms by your sides. If you want, palms can be down. Head is in forward, chin in. Draw the shoulder blades back. Ground that sacral bone and pelvises. Long legs. Inhale, upper body comes up. Exhale, down. Keep the legs down. Inhale up. Exhale down. The third time we're going to hold for 3 breaths. Chin is in, long necks, Feel the upper back muscles working here. This is a great upper back strengthener and good for your posture. Return to crocodile for a moment. Take a breath pause. Inhale and then let go into the spine. Feel the breath energy in the spine. The final practice is the full locust. Arms by your sides for level 1. We're going to lift legs and upper body together. The pelvis and the navel is the balance point. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale, down. The stronger variation is to have the arms forward as you lift up. We're going to hold now for 3 breaths. Remember, if it's too strong, keep the arms by your sides. If the extensions are not quite ready for you now, remember, leave them out. Rest down, and let's come back to crocodile for 1 breath. Release deeply into the spine. You can also help release the spine by pulling the tummy muscles in and upward to the spine. Press up position now and push up to your cat. Exhale and draw the tummy in. And if it's appropriate for you, sit back into child's posture and just release the spine for a moment. Let go into the spine. Feel how good and energized the spine feels from the back extensions. In a moment we're going to come up to sit with the legs out to the front for a couple of seated practices. Let's come into the spinal twist posture. Right knee's bent up. If comfortable, cross the right over the left. This gives more stretch to the buttock. Draw the right pelvis back, right hand behind, left hand or forearm to the knee. Lift tall and exhale into the twist. Once you don't overuse the neck, we're going to hold for 3 breaths. We're trying to feel a release to the buttock and the middle back spine. This is a functional practice, so you only go as far as comfortable. The end of the 3 breaths, coming out slowly. Take a pause and then do the second side. Left bent up, crossed, left pelvis back, left hand behind, right hand to knee or forearm. Straight spine and exhale to your twist. You do those little pulses at the ends, you get that nice releasing movement into that upper back with the out breath. Feel the release with the ribs and spine. Coming out, take a moment for a breath pause. Then grab hold of a belt if you need for the next practice. The head knee stretch, which is a stretch for the back of the thigh and calf. The left knee is bent up with the knee rolled open. If needed, place the support underneath that left knee. The belt goes around the sole of your right foot. If you're very tight, you may need to have that right knee quite bent. The key is to have a straight spine, so use your blanket. And when you bend forward, you bend from the hips, not the spine. Shoulders are easy, chin is in. We use spinal breaths. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to let go. Each out breath is a subtle drawing in of the belly to help protect the spine. This has got a little bit of spinal flexion to it, so if spinal flexion is not good for you, leave it out or keep your body much more upright in neutral with the spine in its natural curve. It can otherwise be a very nice release and stretch for the whole back body. Inhale, come up and stretch tall to return to neutral. Come out to the staff and then swap sides. Right knee bent in, belt around left. Knee off lock or bent if needed. Neutral spine. See how Radhika's neutral now. You may stay here. Or, and you exhale, tummies in and ease into the stretch. Eyes closed can help you feel this practice more from within. Remember, you can bend that knee as needed. The goal is not to hold the foot, but to experience a comfortable stretch. So take the position that's right for you. Even sitting on the edge of a bed with the foot dropped to the side, which is bent here, can be another way to do this so that you feel comfortable. So inhale up to neutral and exhale back to the starting position. A breath pause. Now we're going to prepare for coming down on your back for a variation stretch that you can do if you like. Knees are bent up, spine in neutral. We're going to use your belt to place it around the right foot. So this is a variation of the seated hamstring stretch where you can do it laying on your back. This is a safer way to keep your spine in neutral, or if you found the other one just too tough to begin. Alternatively, it gives you a second stretch for those who are very tight. The knee can be bent, the foot's up, you use the belt to hold. Remember to keep the pelvis stable and only lift the leg where comfortable. Radhika has a good stretch here, but many of you may find you only get up to 90 degrees or less. More stretch for the other hip can be achieved with the leg out long. It's 3 slow deep breaths to release into that hamstring. When you come out, lower the leg down and have a sense that it should feel long and lengthened, longer than the other leg. This checks that you've done it properly. Come up to the left side now. Start with the right knee bent. Feel the release into the foot, the calf, the hamstring. If you want a little bit more side buttock stretch, just let the leg come a little more midline. Be careful here though. No pins and needles. Remember, shoulders, arms and neck are easy with this practice. Release it down. Pause for a moment. Then place the bands to the side. Hopefully those legs should feel long and released now. We're now going to go into the relaxation practice. The head may be supported, or some of you may prefer to have the blanket under the knees, or you could have both. The goal is to try to keep that spine in that neutral, comfortable place. Chin should be in to help you go within. The spine is aligned, legs a little apart, arms a little to the sides. Ease the shoulder blades back, ease the pelvises back. Breathe in, breathe out and let go. Relax the abdomen. Begin the release for the whole body. We're going to start from the toes and work up. Loosen your toes, the arches and top feet. Release the ankles. Soften the calves and front legs. Soften the knees. Relax your thighs, front and back. Release deep into the hips, front, side and back. Let go and broaden the buttocks. Breathe in and breathe out and release from hips to toes. softness. Soften through the spine, relax the tailbone, the sacral bone. Soften into the lower back, let go. Release the middle back and base ribs. Loosen the upper back and between the shoulder blades. Soften the back neck. Take a spinal breath, inhaling, exhaling and letting go. Soften your fingers, the palms. Release the forearms. Soften through the elbows and the upper arms. Release, open the chest. Soften the breastbone and broaden out the collarbones. Relax the shoulders. Relax the muscles on top of the shoulders. Increase the space between shoulders and ears gently. Soften the throat and let a soft ah go to let that neck go. Soften the jaw. The lips together, teeth a little apart. Soften the cheeks. Soften the eyes. Smooth the forehead. Release the temples. Soften the scalp. Feel the body at rest. Feel the body more calm. Just letting go. Let go of all worries, all concerns. Clear the mental tensions. Let go of unwanted emotions. Feel how letting the tensions goes helps your body and mind feel so much better. We are now going to come back from relaxation. Deepen the breath. And now begin to move. Circle the ankles. Circle the wrists. Roll the head a little. When you feel ready, bring the knees bent up and hug them in if you need to release the spine. You can do a little roll side to side to massage and release the spine. There's flexion, so leave it out if needed. Come back fully now. When you're ready, come to your side and pause. And then slowly come up to sit. Sit comfortably on your blanket if needed. Sit tall. You've now completed your yoga class. And we're just going to conclude the class in the traditional yoga way to bring balance between the halves of the brain. Hands to the heart center. And we just say Namaste. That means greetings and salutations.